All these people are confused for the right processor in their computers. Are you also confused as to which chip you have to buy? Which chip suits best for your needs and which chip is going to do everything that you need to do on your computer? Today we are going to discuss everything that you need to know about these chips. As you must be aware that Apple is transitioning to its own silicon, which is based on ARM architecture. In short, it is more battery efficient and gives high performance at a low power. And since it consumes less power, it generates less heat too. Apple began the transition with M1 chip in November 2020, and those chips were revolutionary. They were rivaling the high-end MacBook Pro while sipping through battery. A perfect silicon for thin and light laptop. But it was not enough for the pros. They need more power, especially graphic-intensive tasks. So in 2021, Apple introduced two new chips, M1PRO and M1MAX. As the name suggests, M1PRO was blazing fast, but M1MAX is a beast. You cannot just put any type of workload that this processor won't handle. They launched two new machines for these new chips. MacBook Pro 14-inch and 16-inch. Both model can have either M1PRO or M1MAX. For those who want portability, they will go with 14-inch, and those who need a bigger screen will choose 16-inch. For best battery life, I think you can choose 16-inch MacBook Pro with M1PRO chip inside. Both these chips were great for laptops. But what about desktop? You don't have to worry about portability or power consumption there. You can focus on raw performance there. And some creators will definitely appreciate extreme power in a desktop. Well, Apple listened to those and released M1ULTRA chip. And my god, this is a monster of a processor. It is two M1MAX chips stick together. And the performance on this thing is in another dimension. It throws Max out Mac Pro to dust. From the CPU to GPU, everything is mind-blowing on this thing. It is released in a device called Mac Studio, which is essentially two Mac Minis stick together with great I/O. To some of you it may look pricey, but for the creative pro whom this machine is really built, it's a bargain. Since this chip can beat Mac Pro, does this mean this is the end of the road? Apple will not make powerful chips anymore. Not really. In their keynote they clearly said that they still have to transition Mac Pro to Apple Silicon. But it's a story for some other day. And that's the Apple transition so far. Now we have to see where it will go with Mac Pro chip.